Pound sign, know your enemy. Who is that pest? Can you see it up in there? On top of my avocado trees. Afflicting my moringa trees. I just started growing these moringa trees. And here's this one. See how the leaves have little white dots on them? They're red mites. And what they do. They get on there and they stick their little needle face in the moringa leaves and other plants like my avocados and the new growth and suck the life out of it. And they're a pest and they're a problem now. This mite problem I've already started treating, picking moringa leaves off of the trees that were really had a lot of activity on them. And this avocado tree keeps getting mites. And that's why you see where it's branching and growing a whole lot of leaves with a lot of little nubby small branches. It's because they grow a new leaf and then the mites get in there and they start sucking the life out of it. So the tree backs up and grows again, grows a new stem, a new leaf, a new little growth cluster, and the mites start attacking it. So with this one, it had so many cobwebs on top, I hit it with a butane torch, and the undersides of the leaves that had a lot of mites. That's what a lot of this brown is on this tree, because I was just pissed off at them and I was just roasting them. But the tree did suffer, but it's suffering anyway. So there's problems with mites over here. Same thing with this avocado. I hit it with the torch a little bit. Oops. You'll be alright. But my options, so I've picked leaves off. So this moringa tree here, I was repotting these moringa trees into these bigger pots from the 4-packs. I noticed some of them were getting tore up by the mites. And this one got his ass whooped. And all these lower branches all the way up were yellow and speckled with mites, and the undersides were so covered with mites, I just had to pick all the leaves off. So that's manual control. This is the result of manual control. That was like the only leafy little branch that didn't have mites on it. And the top one looked okay. And some of them did not have mites. See? You can see. That's the damage. But look at the plant. Does it care? Does the plant care? Sometimes the plant doesn't really care. In which case I wouldn't necessarily warrant control factors. But this is a leafy green. I do intend to eat the leaves, and I don't want to eat mites. So, yes, control is warranted. So defending my moringa trees. The moringa is my ally. The enemy is red mites. Really, a lot of these mites are enemies, but right now, especially in the growjo, it's the red mites. I've already done manual. I picked leaves off that were really had a lot of them on there. I could keep doing that, but there's so many of them. They're coming in too fast. Now I could do a chemical control, which would be horticultural oil, which would work. That's pretty typical. So traditional control methods would work, spraying with a horticultural oil. I would probably use neem oil. I've used it in the past and it did work. But because the moringa tree is mostly, I'm growing it for the leaves. Every time the last summer or two that I've had a problem with mites or aphids, and I've used a product like neem oil or horticultural oil, it still caused all the leaves to fall off. Now, the plant came back in most of these cases where it was an insect or arachnid, like these mites. The plant did survive, but it was defoliated. And the leaves fell off along with everything eating it. So I don't know if I want to go full on chemical control. Even organic chemicals like neem oil it's still a chemical control method. The environmental control method, that's the butane torch. I didn't videotape that, but using fire is a great way to alter an environmental factor. Just make it way too hot for plants to live. Here's what that looks like. Now, biological control, I have decided I'm going to go with a biological control method, and I'm going to use Mantis. Mantis is one of the insects that will eat baby red mites, or it'll eat red mites. They'll eat aphids too. So there's other things in the biological warfare zone, but right now my weapon of choice, I'm going to employ Mantis to be on red mite patrol. Bring on the troops. Let's go, Mantis. I'm calling on the Mantis army. Take these motherfuckers out. Let's do it. Check it out. There's the Mantis egg. And I have the terrarium all set up here. With a fan blowing out, filtered air coming in. Hopefully Mantis proof. Hopefully what I've done here is Mantis proof. But I've added here, I don't know, sometime in the next week or two, I'm expecting them to hatch and be coming out of here. And I'm using them as a biological control factor for the mites that are eating my moringa trees. I don't know, I'm gonna try to get some of them in the picture here. Here you go, this one. And I got the air filter in here, and this fan is blowing out, exhaust fan. Electrical is in there. Still, I need a USB splitter is what I need to really make this complete terrarium right here. So this is what I'm hatching the mantids in. And hopefully they'll have some munchies as soon as they get out. Clean up my garden. Thank you.